While you struggle to remember what you studied yesterday, Japanese students are mastering techniques that make forgetting impossible. What if I told you there's a 400-year-old Japanese secret that can transform your memory forever? This isn't just another study hack. This is a complete transformation of how your brain processes and stores information. By the end of this video, you'll discover the exact technique that Japanese students use to remember everything they learn, and why Western education has been doing it completely wrong. Let's be brutally honest. Your current study method probably looks something like this disaster. You read the same paragraph 5 times, highlight everything in bright yellow, and convince yourself you're actually learning something meaningful. You spend hours creating beautiful, colorful notes that look impressive but somehow never stick in your memory. But when exam day arrives, your mind goes completely blank, and all those hours feel completely wasted. You've fallen into what psychologists call the illusion of knowing. You think you remember, but you actually don't understand anything at all. The worst part? You blame yourself for being bad at studying, when the real problem is that nobody ever taught you how memory actually works. This cycle of frustration has trapped millions of students worldwide, making them believe they're simply not smart enough to succeed. But here's what's shocking. While Western students struggle with this broken system, Japanese students have been quietly using a completely different approach for centuries. In traditional Japanese schools, students don't just memorize facts. They engage in a practice called active reconstruction that literally rewires their brains for permanent learning. Now let me show you how Japanese students approach learning in a completely revolutionary way that changes everything. In Japan, there's an ancient philosophy called kaizen, which means continuous small improvements that compound into massive results. But the real secret lies in a technique that completely breaks down complex information into perfectly digestible mental pieces. Japanese students don't just passively read information like Western students. They actively reconstruct knowledge in their own minds through deliberate practice. This approach is based on centuries of Buddhist meditation practices that train the mind to focus deeply and retain information permanently. The technique forces your brain to work harder, creating stronger neural pathways that last a lifetime. Here's the exact 3-step process they use, and you can start implementing it immediately to transform your learning forever. This method has been tested by neuroscientists and proven to be more effective than any other learning technique known to science. Step 1. Read only one small section at a time, never more than 1 paragraph, and never rush through it. Most students make the mistake of trying to consume massive amounts of information quickly. But Japanese students understand that depth beats speed every single time. They focus intensely on small pieces, ensuring complete understanding before moving forward. Step 2. Close the book immediately and try to explain what you just read out loud, as if you're teaching it to someone else. This is where the magic happens. When you force yourself to recall information without looking at it, you're activating the most powerful learning mechanism in your brain. If you can't explain it clearly and simply, you don't actually understand it yet, and that's perfectly okay. Step 3. Open the book again, but this time, actively look for what you missed, misunderstood, or overlooked completely. This comparison between what you thought you knew and what's actually written creates powerful learning moments. Your brain starts to identify patterns and fill in knowledge gaps automatically. This creates what neuroscientists call active recall, the single most powerful learning technique ever discovered by modern science. But why does this work so incredibly well when traditional methods fail so miserably? Your brain is exactly like a muscle. The harder you make it work to retrieve information, the stronger those memory pathways become permanently. When you just reread notes passively, your brain gets lazy because the information is sitting right there in front of you. There's no challenge, no effort required, so your brain doesn't bother creating strong memories. But when you force yourself to recall from memory, you're actually rewiring your brain for permanent retention and deep understanding. Every time you struggle to remember something and then succeed, you're strengthening those neural connections. It's like doing mental weightlifting. The difficulty is what makes you stronger. Research from Harvard University shows that students using active recall remember 50% more information after just 1 week compared to traditional studying methods. Even more impressive, they retain this information for months longer than students who use highlighting and rereading techniques. Let me show you exactly how to apply this life-changing technique to any subject you're currently studying. Whether you're studying mathematics, history, science, or learning a new language, this exact process remains powerfully effective. The beauty of this method is its universal application. It works for memorizing formulas, understanding complex concepts, learning vocabulary, or mastering any skill. Read one small piece, close the material completely, explain it out loud clearly, then check your understanding thoroughly. Start with just 15 minutes a day using this method, and you'll notice dramatic improvements in your memory within just 1 week. Many students report feeling more confident and prepared after just 3 days of practice. The key is consistency, not perfection. Don't worry if you struggle at first. That struggle is actually proof that the technique is working. Your brain is being challenged in ways it's never experienced before, and that challenge is exactly what creates lasting change. The Japanese have a beautiful saying about persistence and growth. Small steps taken consistently lead to extraordinary journeys. This technique might feel difficult and uncomfortable at first, but the difficulty is exactly what makes it so incredibly powerful and effective. Every moment of struggle is your brain getting stronger and more capable. Remember, every single expert was once a complete beginner who simply refused to give up on their dreams. The difference between students who succeed and those who struggle isn't intelligence. It's the willingness to use proven methods and stick with them even when they feel challenging. This ancient Japanese technique has transformed the lives of millions of students worldwide. It's helped struggling students become top performers, turned failing grades into academic excellence, and given countless people the confidence to pursue their biggest goals. The question isn't whether this technique works. The question is whether you're ready to commit to using it. If this ancient technique helped you understand better learning methods, hit that like button and subscribe for more study secrets that actually work. Your support helps us share these life-changing techniques with students around the world who desperately need them. And remember, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Don't wait for the perfect moment to start improving your learning. That moment is right now, and this technique is your first step toward academic success you never thought possible.